Hi there! I'm Laura Gehl, and I wanted to invite you in for a special Earth Day story time. I'm going to read my new book, Apple and Magnolia. Come on in. Britta's two favorite trees, Apple and Magnolia, were best friends. Britta couldn't explain how she was so sure about the friendship or how the trees had become best friends in the first place. But deep down in her heart, she knew it was true. Britta visited the trees every day. She watched Apple give Magnolia gifts and saw Magnolia wave at Apple. Britta danced along as the two trees swayed together under the stars. Dad said, nicely, that he didn't think trees could be friends. Bronwyn said, not as nicely, that trees absolutely, positively could not be friends. But Nana said unusual friendships can be the most powerful of all. Then one day, Magnolia's branches started to droop. Her bark grew patchy and gray. Her leaves turned brown instead of yellow. Dad said nicely that he didn't think Magnolia would survive the winter. Bronwyn said, not as nicely, that Magnolia absolutely, positively would not survive the winter. But Nana asked if Britta had a plan to help Magnolia. Britta did. She tied a string with 2 cups so that Apple could hear Magnolia's sighs and Magnolia could hear Apple's sweet whistling songs. And Britta wrapped a long scarf between the 2 trees so they could feel each other's warmth through the cold winter months. She hung a strand of lights between Magnolia and Apple so they could see each other even on moonless nights. One morning, Britta looked at the limp string, the sagging scarf, and the drooping lights. Was it her imagination? Or were the 2 trees closer together than they had been before? Britta measured the distance between Magnolia and Apple. Each morning, she measured again. Dad said, nicely, that he didn't think the trees were growing towards one another. Bronwyn said, not as nicely, that the trees absolutely, positively were not growing towards one another. But Nana helped Britta make a chart. The measurements were definitely getting smaller, and deep down in her heart, Britta felt a seed of hope start to grow. In the spring, Apple's small pink flowers arrived right on time. Magnolia's didn't. But every day, Britta's measurements grew smaller and smaller, and her hope grew stronger and stronger. When Magnolia's first blossoms appeared, Britta's hope blossomed too. And when hundreds of pink magnolia flowers burst into bloom at last, Britta made pink necklaces for both trees to celebrate. Dad said, nicely, that he didn't think Apple had helped Magnolia survive the winter. Bronwyn said, not as nicely, that Apple absolutely positively had not helped Magnolia survive the winter. But Nana said unusual friendships can be the most powerful of all. And deep down in her heart, Britta knew it was true.